Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Kyle Quesenberry, and today I'm going to talk to you about the empathy of a recovering addict. Empathy is defined as the understanding and sharing of another person's experiences and emotions, the ability to share someone's feelings and experiences. In other words, to be empathetic means to understand another person's point of view and be able to put yourself in his or her shoes. Alcohol addiction is a very real problem in modern society. Alcohol is available in almost every social setting and immediately available to anyone who's willing to try it. This substance, if abused, can cause severe deficiencies in someone's life and strongly impact their life in a largely negative way. Often, these addicts are seen as misfits and outcasts among us in society. Many people do not realize that drug and alcohol dependency is a disease, much like a mental disorder. There are countless recovery programs to assist someone with these diseases. However, it's only through being empathetic that we're able to put ourselves in their situation and assist them in their battle for sobriety. The biggest misconception about addiction is that they make the conscious choice to continue abusing their substance. Often, our society assumes that everyone is similar to us. We stereotype alcoholics as misfits, troublemakers, and often criminals. We perceive them as people who make poor life choices and ultimately choose alcohol and drugs over everything else. The problem with this is perception, or how we view the alcoholics. Addiction is not a choice, it's a disease. When an alcoholic sees a beer, he doesn't see a drink. Instead, he sees something that he needs in order to survive. To him, a beer isn't just a beer, it's a fluid that he needs to wake up in the morning and be able to function without going through withdrawal. To him, there's no difference between food and water and alcohol. It's something that he needs in order to survive. I currently work as a substance abuse control officer in the Marine Corps. My whole job is to guide and counsel recovering alcoholics, and I'm responsible for ensuring they attend the proper channels of recovery and stick to their individual programs and ensure their sobriety. In order to understand addiction, I must continually remind myself of what addiction is. In order to do this, I use some of the activities listed in the Building Empathy Guide attached to this document. I regularly attend A meetings with my patients to better understand alcoholism and its effects on human life. Every week, our group supervisor puts together an activity for us that we participate in to better relate to addiction. This week, we're conducting an activity known as backpacking. This activity serves as a proxy to addiction. Instead of a weighted burden of addiction, we carry the weighted burden of a heavy pack. Addicts carry their burden at all hours of the day and often cannot function properly without recovery programs. Therefore, without carrying the pack, we aren't allowed to function either. We are not allowed to move, eat, sleep, speak, or anything. Carrying this pack mirrors the dependency an addict has in that we are dependent on our pack to function. Weight packing is only one of the many ways we attempt to connect with our patients on a weekly basis. Understanding others is the only way we can help them. Working with addicts serves as a method to become empathetic towards addiction. By understanding the addict, one may understand his disease. By understanding his disease, one may become empathetic towards his addiction and become more helpful to his situation. When we eliminate bias and stereotypes and false perceptions, we may see the situation objectively and help alleviate it. Too often, we focus on disposition rather than situation. In other words, we believe a person is at fault more than the things surrounding him. If we move past these preconceived notions, we may become more empathetic to a person and his problems. You guys got any questions for me about addiction or recovering or anything?
I have a question for you.
Yes.
As you go throughout your day-to-day, how do you empathize with your patients?
So because I meet with these guys every day, every week for months on end, I sit down with them and I listen to them every day. Some of them will give me the general, "Oh, I'm doing good today." Others will actually confess their whole life story to me almost every day, and they'll tell me what they had for breakfast and stuff like that. So I understand that when these people are trying to tell me what they're doing, it's my job to listen to them and understand their point of view, because that may be their way of recovering from alcoholism. Talking to me could be the thing that keeps him from taking another drink and then getting drunk and driving and messing up his whole career. So the way I stay empathetic is I put myself in their shoes by listening to them and hearing their stories.
Okay.
All right, thanks for